Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the webinar of human trafficking and sex trafficking. This is a very sensitive and a very painful webinar for everyone to kind of look at. So I want to share a few videos of survivors of human trafficking and a short film of somebody who was involved in sex trafficking and give you some background history about this. This is information for everyone to be aware of and to understand. It's very important to know what's really going on and how is this happening in our own backyard, everybody.
I was born and raised in a small town in Southern Oregon, and I was a good kid in school. I grew up in a normal middle-class family. I got great grades. I was really active in sports, and I even graduated a year early. I was accepted into Oregon State University, and I had my dorm room already assigned, and I was really excited to move up to Corvallis. But that summer, I got pregnant by my boyfriend, and I had to make a real tough decision whether I was going to keep my baby and unenroll from university or get an abortion and keep it all a secret. And that was a really tough summer for me. After I had the baby, I had some friends that had gone up to U of O to go to college, and they had an extra room in one of their apartments. It was at that time that I met a boy or a guy who pretended to take interest in me. I really thought he liked me, and we got along really well. He was really funny and charming, and he had a nice car, and he always picked up the tab. He had nice clothes. And he told me he was a record producer, that he had a band up in Portland, and that's why he frequently went out of town. There's a saying that says, when you take a child by the hand, you take the mother by the heart. And I really think that's what happened for me, because I had this new little girl and this man who showed this desperate attention towards her, like he wanted to really help make this family that I really wanted for my daughter. And he invited me to move in with him after about 6 months of dating, and I was really excited. And I brought him down to Southern Oregon to meet my family, and everything seemed fine until we arrived in Las Vegas. He said we were moving there because that was the entertainment capital of the world, and being a record producer and having a band, that's where they were going to get the most gigs and the most jobs, and that's where his job was leading him. So I desperately wanted to go with him, to be with him, and to start this family that he promised me. He pulled up to an escort service, and he said, "This is how it works in Vegas. I've spent a lot of money to get you here. I put first and last on an apartment. I filled your fridge up with food, and you're going to need to earn that money back." And I felt trapped. I felt like, how am I going to get out of this? And you didn't know if you were going to live or die. You didn't know what he was going to do or what he was capable of. And so it was really scary. I can remember just running through the casino thinking, like, these people don't even have a clue what's going on. They're just, cha-ching, cha-ching, Las Vegas, yay! And they're doing all this stuff, and I'm running for my life. I'm running from a man that has forced me into doing things that I didn't want to do. When you have a trafficker that's waiting at home with your child and says, if you don't bring home $1,500, you're going to find your daughter out on the corner, I think I was probably more frightened to go home than I was to be in the room. Because if you got robbed, it was your fault for being stupid. If you got raped, it was your fault for not watching your back. Anything that happened to you was typically your fault, and you incurred more punishment for allowing those things to happen to you. So it made you always walk in fear of your trafficker.
Did you get your homework done?
Yes, Mom, can you please leave?
Okay, fine.
I gotta go finish my homework at Jessica's.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay, have fun.
Bye.
Hey, you have 1 hour. You have another appointment.
I know, it's not my first time.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Those two videos that were showed today, they're very, very sensitive topics. You have to be aware of these things that's going on in your community, in your schools, in your society, in your neighborhood. So I'm not going to be very long with the content that I'm reading here. The first one, I'm going to give you statistics about the reports of 2022 worldwide sex trafficking statistics. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read this article and then switch gears and read a little bit about human trafficking in this webinar. New York, February 29th, 2022. It's bedbible.com has funded a report that's spent 2 months doing a data resource about worldwide sex trafficking. The report gathers data from 172 countries and analyzed 109 109.216 identified victims. This is by far the largest study and most developed on the topic. The full report can be here. 35 million is the number of victims of sex trafficking every single day. Estimated shows that intensely only about 0.04 of the survivors of trafficking cases are identified, meaning they are a major of cases going undetected. The industry has never been larger. It has an estimate of 99 billion market value. To put into perspective, the sex trafficking industry is larger than the global cocaine market and almost as big as the global PC market. Also, aggressively, a yearly revenue of McDonald's, Netflix, Walt Disney, and Best Buy. We have the same value. During the pandemic, online recruiting increased 22%. Analyzing found significant growth in the proportion of potential victims from whom Facebook is 120% increase and Instagram 95% increase were the sites for recruitment. There have never been so many child victims. Worldwide, almost 20% of all victims are children. However, in some parts of Africa and the Mekong region, children are the majority, up to 100%. Why people end up in sex trafficking: recent migrant mental health issues, unstable housing, homelessness, youth, and drug abuse. Everyone ends up in a trafficking situation has a clear and identifiable vulnerability that traffickers prey upon. Why is this report useful? Human trafficking is a dividing into forced labor and sex trafficking. We've chosen to primarily focus on sex trafficking since this stands for 79% of human trafficking cases in the world. This detail-oriented approach makes room for insight that maps sex trafficking in angles never seen before. Contact information, everybody. So this report was conducted by statistics Jacob Osbach, who holds a Master of Science degree in the Business Intelligence. The report is one of the most exhausting on the topic with data across nations. The resource was funded by Bed.com, a brand that helps visitors find sex toys products in an unvetted way. The community depths and resources with the topic of romantic and anxiety has no ads and free for us. So what this is something to give you an understanding about. This is what it looks like, everybody. This is giving you some background history of what sex trafficking is and how it's like getting very, very, very increasing. This is for you to just give you an insight of the statistics of it, everybody. So do not feel like I'm trying to freak you out. I'm trying to get you to open your eyes and really see what's going on around you. Yes, this is a very scary situation. Yes, this is very, very painful. And so many people go through this every single day. Okay, so this was awareness for January, but I want to just give you some background about why do they do this in the month of January for Human Trafficking Prevention Month. What is human trafficking? According to Homeland Security, human trafficking involves forcing or corresponding people into work or commercial sex. Millions of men, women, and children are trafficked worldwide every year. 25% of human trafficking victims are children under age 18. 150 billion in profit and generate annual traffickers around the globe. What does UPS? What is UPS doing? Okay, UPS has led the charge over the last 6 years by helping create awareness of help of issues in transporting industry and raising more than 7 million in workplace giving support to the United Way Center to combat human trafficking. So UPS is taking some initiative and start funding this to make people aware about human trafficking, how it's very important to be very aware of this that's going on. And it's very important for us as parents, guardians, loved ones to know what this means. I have not done a webinar like this in a very long time, and I felt the need that I need to do one. It's been about 2.5 years since I did a webinar about human trafficking and sex trafficking. For those of you who watch me on my old platform, this is what I do. I create content. I share information with you all. And the Love Ministry has not done that in a very long time. And I just want to make sure you all are aware of the things that's going on. The information is useful. And we're going to come back again with another updated content about human trafficking and sex trafficking, get more deeper involved to make you aware of what to look at. And actually, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm going to come back on in the month of April to give you some more details about the things to watch into. And while I was listening to the content that was being shared, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to actually do a webinar about text messaging in teenagers and young children. So we're going to not only do human trafficking and sex trafficking, but we're gonna start focusing on text messages in teens and young children and who they're talking to on the internet and how they interact with these people and the conversations and the kind of codes and things that they're using. So make sure you tune in. What is this? The date is the 16th. We'll be back April 16th with this webinar, part two of human trafficking, sex trafficking, as well as text messages in teenagers and young children. And the lingo that they're using, I want us as parents and guardians to be aware of why is this so important at, at this given time to share this information. This is a very informative webinar that I always do. And the Love Ministry is back in full effect to share this information with you all. All right. So I will see you back here next month with these two content. I'm going to actually start working on these two this week to get this webinar prepared for April 16th. So I make sure I have that written down and I'll tell you what day that is, everyone. Give me a second because I know I'm going to forget. All right. April 16th falls on, let me think. Let's see. It falls on a Saturday, so this will be pre-recorded, so it'll be up on a Wednesday. Wednesday broadcast. So this will be pre-recorded for you all to watch on the Love Ministries YouTube channel. So I'm gonna get to work on that, everyone. So everyone have an awesome, awesome, awesome day, and I love you all. God bless you.